or Mike. I, Jonathan Coachman, here with Mike today, and with Paulie Dangerously, and today on Powerrr Mike, we are also going. We're gonna. We know yesterday that we saw, Xia Li end up winning back to TWF part TWF 24/7 winnings after Harry Potter and after Dennis Rodman won it back and forth many times. We wonder if that's gonna for long or not, Jonathan Coachman says, and how that's gonna play out. Yeah, we did see that happen yesterday, Jonathan, on Collision or Hit, and Xia Li's got to be lucky to win back to TWF 24/7 winnings, even though it might not be one of the love straps that a toy wrestling gathering has. Hey, I tell you right now, Jonathan and Mike, Xia Li got lucky. You see, she ended up winning it back after Harry Potter and Dennis Rodman were wrestling back and forth, winning it over again, Paulie Dangerously says. So yeah, I would think that she was lucky. Only we know someone who, needs someone who need be lucky, and that would be Io Shirai, because she's lucky, to be the TWF Women World Heavyweight Fighter after Bianca Belair helped her beat Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley still after her. Alright everyone, I know I can't stand up but a stand. Bullshit. Gotta lean against the ropes, I guess. So yeah, everyone, I'm the Women's World Heavyweight Fighter, like in WWE. Now I know some folks out there will say, "Oh, you only beat Rhea Ripley since Bianca Belair's help." Keep in mind, I beat Rhea Ripley every time we fought in WWE too. And I know a lot of folks out there will say it's a long time coming, Io Shirai or Io Sky, whatever you wanna call me by. Yes, I was a former WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. It is true. I'm the one that ended Charlotte Flair's 2-diff run with it. And then I lost it to Raquel Gonzalez. It is true that I am a former WWE Women's Heavyweight Fighter, beating Bianca Belair and losing it to Bayley. It is true I'm a 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Fighter, a 1-time WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Fighter, and also the Women's World Heavyweight Fighter. But first thing I want to say that I will be a fighting Women's World Heavyweight Fighter. And I will do that. So you're going to be a fighting TWF Women's World Heavyweight Fighter. Well, that's good to know, Io Shirai. Because Io, I never truly had a bind with you. I always did onlook you for all the things you did in NXT and Raw and SmackDown, whatever. But I don't know if you would have been beating me in that match if it wasn't for Bianca Belair. It's true you may have beaten me the first 2 times, the 3-diff time, who wants to know? Well, first off, it's not like I had anything to do with Bianca Belair and her being out there and her doing what she did. So any other way, I did beat you though. The Reckoning book will say Io Shirai beat Rhea Ripley. It's not going to say how I beat you. But if you want to have another match, hold on here. You guilting me for why you're guilting me for that. You think that I may help Io Shirai beat you because in your mind you think that I thought Io Shirai was the weaker wrestler, so you were the stronger one, so I chose her over you. Hey, you are not unbeatable. Rhea Ripley. Alright? If it came down to it, I would beat you. Hey, this is about me. Yeah, shut up. You think so? It's about me. Keep out of it. Yeah, I think not. I will not be I will not be shamed by you two. Alright? If you both want to have your match with me sometime down the road, then we'll think about it. But I will not be shamed by you two. You want to fight me, Bianca, because you think I might be the weak. You want to fight me, Bianca Belair, that's fine. Because I will beat you. EST. And then I will beat you like I beat you those 3 times in WWE. I'll do it again for the 2nd time in the TWF. Well, we now know that somewhere down, somewhere down the road, down the street, that sooner or later, Io Shirai tomorrow will have to fight Bianca Belair for women's World winnings, and whoever wins from that will have to deal with Rhea Ripley. So that can't be good, Jonathan Coach. That cannot be good, Jonathan Coachman says. It cannot be good for anyone. To have to go for all that, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, I would have to say, Mike today says, that someone in a TWF matchmaking team would have to come up with that match, and I think it would be really good. Now we're gonna get to the true star of the show, me, Roxanne Perez, TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. After I beat that Gail Kim and ended her 9th run as TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And I also heard that Gail Kim also got fired from TNA after being there from 2011 while to 2025 while. As she comes back to WWE, we can have so much fun together. But I don't think that that's going to happen. Do you think that's going to happen? What, me coming back to WWE? Yeah, the way things are running now, the way the ownership and leadership is now, yeah, I think I would have a lot of luck having my 3-diff run in WWE. But if that means we were going to have fun together, Roxanne Perez, think again. Yes, you did beat me and end my 9th run as a TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. But I do think I would have to have one more match with you because I am owed that match with you. So if we get the Fight Lord in the ring, or the Fight Lady in the ring, we can do this. Stand up! Here we go. This match is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. First, she is Gail Kim, and she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Roxanne Perez. First off, Jonathan Coachman says it was Roxanne Perez who ended Gail Kim's 9th run as TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. After Gail Kim beat her for it. And now Roxanne Perez thinks she's the greatest women's wrestler out there. Jonathan Coachman says, well, there comes the eat defeat. The eat defeat from Gail Kim to Roxanne Perez. That's going to end this match, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, Mike today said we all know Gail Kim and the eat defeat has beat many a wrestler in WWE and also in TNA. And now Gail Kim, down on Roxanne Perez. Hey, Jonathan Coachman says, hey, Paulie Daniels, he said, you ever think if Gail Kim does, come back to WWE for a 3-diff run, her and Roxanne Perez can have a match in true life? Gail Kim coming, Gil Kim, get out of the way. Roxanne Perez just get the pop rocks. The pop rocks. Or the pop stones to Gil Kim. And Gil Kim couldn't get out of it long enough. You know, couldn't get out of it. Roxanne Perez got out of the way. Gil Kim went one way and she got pop rocks it again. Oh, we can't really do it very well with the doll. Forgive us. Jonathan Coachman said, but this match is over. Yes, it is, Mike Today says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Roxanne Perez, who is still the TWF Women Heavyweight Fighter, and she beat Gil Kim here today on Powerrr Mike. Jonathan Coachman says, but does that make Roxanne Perez greater than any other women wrestler out there? I would think not, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, Mike Today says, unless you're Booker T, then you're going to go out and say that she's the greatest of all the women wrestlers out there. You know. But the truth is she's good, but I don't think she's the greatest. I don't think she's greater, you know, than anyone else or any other women wrestler out there. Mike Today says, I'll tell you what, right now, Paulie Dangerously says, Jonathan and Mike, when you are as good as Roxanne Perez is, you can say you're the greatest. But the truth is, and I've played a heel many times in my life, but I will tell you something that's not heelish, is that the greats never have to say that they're great. You know? And if Roxanne Perez believes she's the greatest of all the women wrestlers out there, she shouldn't have to say it then. But hey, she beat Gil Kim, so I guess at least it makes her greater than Gil Kim, right? If Gil Kim comes back to WWE for a 3-diff run, they could have a true match. They could, Jonathan Coachman says. Only time will tell on that one. Alright, take it away now, Joey Styles. Thank you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike Today. I'm going to be talking with Roxanne Perez here today on Powerrr Mike. Alright, Roxanne Perez. You once again are still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. You beat Gil Kim. You won it. You beat her for it again and kept it. And somehow you still believe you're the greatest of all the TWF women wrestlers out there. First off, Joey Styles, I know I'm the greatest. Because I did things. And I'm only 22 years old, soon to be 23 years old. Very few women wrestlers out there can say they did all that shit in a short time. You know, like you. You're like, what, 53 now? But there's no way that when you can't say that you work for the NAWA, ECW, MLW, and WE and CPW all in a short time. You know? No, it's true. You know, it's true that I can't say that I worked and I worked in the NAWA, ECW, MLWW, or CPW in a short time. It took me a long time to get to each and every one of them. And I know there are many play-by-play callers out there and speakers out there that took a long time to get to WWE too. But it doesn't make them greater than me, and I'm not greater than them for how long they worked there, how long they took to get there. You, Roxanne Perez, seem to believe that since you only worked in ROW and ROH and WWE and did all this shit and you're only 22 years old, You seem to think that makes you greater. Hey, I did all that and I was only 22, soon to be 23 years old. No other woman wrestler can say that they won the ROW, Women's Heavyweight Winnings. No one can say they won the ROH Women Heavyweight Winnings. First one, by the way. And no one can say that they are a two-time WWE NXT Women Heavyweight Fighter and one-time WNXT Women's Tag Team Fighter in a short time that I was. And I beat Gil Kim, who everyone liked to say was the greatest wrestler who ever wrestled in WWE and TNA. But if you ever watched any of Gil Kim's matches in her first run in WWE, her first run in TNA, her two-disc run in WWE, her two-disc run in TNA, you would see mistakes, you know. But anyway, I hope Gil Kim comes back to WWE for a three-disc run, because I'd like to fight her in WWE just like I did in the TWF. Well, be careful what you wish for, Roxanne, because you might get it. Alright, that's my talk with Roxanne Perez. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman and Mike today. Well, thank you, Joey Styles, for talking with Roxanne Perez here today on Power or Might. And that's all the time we have here for Power or Might. I, Jonathan Coachman, with Might Today and Paulie Dangerously. We hope you like Might, hope you like Power or Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw or Moonday Night Raw.